Were you selected for Project Fred? Were you selected for Project Fred?
I didn't enter.
Neither did I. You know why we didn't?
Because we're not stupid?
And we're too cool for it. I did tell you in a live a couple days ago, or a day ago, that I did put in for the Project Fred just to see what would happen, and I was able to cancel it. So there was like you could enter if you want it, and you could pull out if you want it. It was really up to you to either leave it in there or pull out.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I would have pulled out because it seems very irresponsible.
It was irresponsible. $295?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also decided to pull out.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not going to believe this.
What?
I pulled out 5 times. I'm very responsible.
How can you pull out 5 times? Did you enter 5 times?
Yes. What kind of question is that? It's the best trick in the book.
Okay.
So you know something about Project Fred that I don't know because you read an article that I did not read.
I don't know anything that you don't know, I don't think, but I read some quotes from Mike Becker about Project Fred, and I found them very interesting.
You're telling me that fun maker Mike is out there talking to news sources, articles?
I guess. I don't know.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, Heather, you must be talking about Forbes magazine.
I am.
Forbes magazine says Funko honors the past as it looks to the future with Project Fred.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? And look, it's old Mike Becker himself. Mike Becker, Funko founder and senior vice president at the Project Fred launch at the Iconics Bob, I guess Bob's Big Boy. What? Senior vice president? Did you know that was his title?
I don't know.
I thought he was a fun maker. Demand for Funko's Project Fred product exceeded supply before the landmark premium project's launch. Even the founder of the 25-year-old collectibles giant didn't see that coming.
Yeah, so he basically says in this little snippet that 15,000 people have entered to purchase 750 units.
15,000 people for real?
That seems excessive.
You know, there were a lot of people saying they weren't in, but I don't know if you remember, back when we were making our Project Fred videos, I told you a lot of high rollers would be involved in this. And not only that, flippers, baby. Flippers. Did you see? They're already on eBay.
I did, but like, how are they gonna sell? Like, is someone who chose not to enter or who didn't win for $295 really going to spend like $600 instead?
$599, $599.99. When it says there's watchers, is that real or is that bull?
No, people watch it to see what it goes for.
That's crazy. Look, this person actually used their email. You've won. So Christian, we see you. One did sell, but it doesn't tell you the price. Can we find that out? We tried this the other day.
Someone knows how to do it, and I don't know how.
Best offer accepted.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you on eBay itself, I don't think.
I don't like that. I don't like that I can't. You know, that's frustrating. If you know how to do this, let us know in the comment section below. I wonder if Macari has any. You think Macari has any?
No, they don't allow pre-orders.
They don't?
Mm-mm.
So they will completely cut them out?
They will.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't know that. You taught me something today.
Sometimes people will post pre-orders, but they're taking down almost immediately.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Heather. You know that you know things.
I know I do.
You've been calling yourself stupid a lot over the last 3 days, but you actually are pretty smart. And you're pretty far.
I'm very good at that.
Okay, so 15,000 people try to get this thing. The first product in the line, which costs $295, combines Funko's mascot Freddy.
We already know all of this.
Right, but
75 of the 750
will
be a variant of Freddy.
Hold on. I'm gonna read what Becker's gonna say.
Chris,
this is what Becker's saying right here.
Chris, let me read it. I promise you, it'll be much smoother for the both of us. Can I please read it?
Go ahead.
Thank you. This is the most interesting quote I have read. I don't think we had any idea we'd have this much demand. We were looking to do fun things again, Becker said. Many people feel that the economy could be better, and many companies, because of everything from writer strikes to some of the content have a little tough out there for everybody. This isn't me. This is a quote.
Obviously, you're not reading it right. That's all I'm saying.
Have a little tough out there for everybody. What else does it say, Chris?
What's that mean? What's a little tough?
I don't know.
A little tough is the hair that grows up above my butt cheeks.
A little tough. Sometimes returning to your roots and saying, wouldn't it be fun just to take Freddy and Big Boy and combine them? We'll probably do okay with this, but to make molds and all that, it's not like we're saying, wow, we're going to the bank on this one. We're not all going to retire off this.
Why would they say that? That's really weird.
Oh,
okay.
We're not done.
Okay.
It says he also identifies as Funko's chief officer of fun, by the way.
And I am the Mischief Toys chief officer of Mischief. Go ahead.
The hardest part is trying to get the fans to understand that when you do these smaller quantities, the price goes up. Unfortunately, that means the price goes up. Okay, that's what you just said. And it's just too hard to produce something in that small quantity and keep the $10 to $15 pop price that we're so familiar with. That's the only thing that I wish the fans could understand. It's certainly no cash grab at all.
Interesting that he's saying this in the Forbes magazine.
Yeah, it's bizarre. And
well, because he couldn't go and be Funmaker Mike on Instagram and say this.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He has to say it like this. But can I just point out that he said the price goes up like twice there? It's really weird.
It's really
Do you
weird.
think that tough thing that he said, the little tough? Mm-hmm. Do you think that's just him and that's just documenting what he's saying? And he's just like saying a lot of weird shit?
Yeah, it's very bizarre. I guarantee you it was probably written for us to read. For us to specifically tell the masses. No, I'm not kidding with you.
You think so?
Yes. Because like what Funko collectors read Forbes. I mean, I'm sure some do, but like we don't seek out this information. They just know that information will be passed along. Hold on a second. This is how I feel about all of this.
I just want to say I love Funmaker Mike. Even though you're going to sit there and fart on his name.
I'm not farting on his name.
How dare you do something like that, Heather? You dirty little girl.
I find it very interesting that they're creating this 11-inch monster.
So they made a Drake.
And he's talking about producing something in a small quantity and keep it $10 to $15. Like, obviously something that's 11 inches is not going to be $10 to $15. But why couldn't they create lower LE pops with the same idea?
Right.
You know, I mean, hold on, please stop. People have no issue paying $30 to $50 for a Funko Pop.
Heather, they're not
market.
trying to retire on this money, is what he's saying. They're not making bank, is what he's saying.
What I'm saying is I
know exactly what you're saying. I'm making a joke.
I know. They could do this with a smaller scale collectible.
So what they're doing, so he can say whatever he wants. They're going to make a ridiculous amount of money off that figure.
Yeah, I mean, he is correct. It's
expensive. It's expensive to make it.
You can't be in business and lose money. So obviously, if it costs a lot for you, it's going to cost a lot for the fans. However, like, there's no reason for an 11-inch
monster
collectible from Funko.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay, well, let me talk about this for a second.
Yeah, please do.
Before we start getting all crazy and talking crazy, and let's get away from talking about big 11 inchers. Let's talk about real information here.
Okay.
So they have been making Funko Pops, and Funko Pops haven't done well. So what do you do?
No, Funko Pops have done very well.
They've done well, but they're not doing as well as they used to do.
Because they're overproducing.
All right, gotcha. Okay,
they're throwing stuff away. If they didn't have to throw stuff away, like, they're wasting so much money throwing shit away, where if they just limited it all in the first place, they wouldn't waste the money by purchasing all these items that are going in the trash anyway, and they're not making any money at all off of. It's stupid. Limit your shit. Give the fans what they want. Repaint a Freddy Funko Pop a gazillion times, but make it reasonable. Not $295. This is stupid. And not only that, they're like, oh, well, it costs more money to get things in lower quantities. Okay, I get that. I do. But they're adding money to use that EQL lottery system. That costs per item they sell. It's a flat fee minimum, and it goes up based off of the cost of the item. So they are tacking that money onto the consumers. It's stupid. Make a Funko Pop. Go ahead.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead. It's probably...
Is it my turn now? Will you just tag me in like a wrestler?
Yeah, go in.
Is that what you just did, Hulk Hogan?
Go!
Okay, you're very aggressive. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Yes, they could do limited edition Funko Pops. Yes, they could do that. But what did this cost? Them coming out with this thing, this whole new system, what did this cost?
Fans to be pissed. I don't know.
This caused them to end up in
Forbes magazine.
Forbes magazine. One of the big like news organizations covered the story.
USA Today.
USA Today. They covered this story, right? You have them there. You had all this news coverage. You had all these stars there. This, what we're doing right now, this whole thing is a spectacle. And this is to get everybody to look at Funko.
It's not
and to
a
see
spectacle.
What if they released another Darth... Hold on.
It's a testicle.
Okay.
It's a funny testicle that nobody wants.
All right. If they released a Darth Vader Funko Pop... By the way, I heard that. And I liked it too. Thanks.
Thank you.
If they release another Darth Vader Funko Pop... You're not getting this sort of press. You're not getting people talking. Okay. This is getting people talking. He just said in that article that he wants to like bring fun and make fun again.
I get it.
So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people to look at Funko again. In a big way, in a different way. Okay,
alternative route. 6-inch designer figure that's less than 11 inches that costs less than $295. I mean, the $295 price point is like the most absurd thing about this when collectors, like he had even mentioned in the article or in his interview or whatever, that people are using $10 to $15 for a pop. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go into something, don't dive in right away. Get collectors used to paying a bit more.
What they should have done is what I said a long time ago. Nobody listens to me. I always have the good ideas. Funko is taking my ideas, but they're doing weird, deranged shit with it. What I said is that there should have been an elite part of their website, some sort of gold locker or super fun club or whatever they call their thing, gold fun club, Funko Gold, no, not Funko Gold, Funko the greatest, platinum. And then that's a part of the website in which you log into it, you're on the website, and then it's like, okay, the item is going up at 11 a.m., PST, whatever, you're going to go in there, you're going to click the purchase button at the time, or you go in and you're pushing a button, so you're in that EQ, is it EQL? Mm-hmm. And you're in EQL. And now you have this very special, specific thing that's on its own on the website, and then you have Funko. So not only are you going to an LE thing, and it's like now you have this cool LE thing, but then you also have Funko whatever's, commons, buy whatever you want, buy Funko toys, whatever, puzzles. That's over here. Separate the two, keep your core audience happy, and also make money and make your stockholders happy by selling everything else in between. The thing is, they did this so they could get eyes on them. They wanted to make a spectacle, and that's exactly what they did. I would go as far to say, I know this is going to sound insane, so hang on to my hand. Go ahead, hang on. I would go as far to say that they made that Bob's Big Boy situation, as crappy as it was with all those people in line, just so people would get all in an outrage and so people would be talking about it. Like us, i.e. us, going on and talking about it and causing a rage and causing a big news story. I'm telling you, this is a calculated move by Funko. This is all calculated to get everybody all worked up. And what's happening now, there's a lottery that happened. People were selected to buy, and I imagine that some of those people that are selected to buy are going to go and sell it. Very shocked that they're only selling it for that price. That's the one thing I am shocked at.
Well, when it comes in, if they get chases, it'll be a completely different
it's going to be completely different.
If those orders sell and those people get chases, they are going to cancel those orders, 100%.
I'm telling you, when these get in hand, it's going to be pandemonium. It's going to be nuts. I'm telling you.
What do pandas have to do with this?
It's going to be nuts. People are going to be going crazy. All the fans who are like, Project Fred is stupid, blah, 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 they're all going to want one. Everybody's going to want it. Everybody's going to want to take it and have our friend Funmaker Mike sign it. It's going to, I'm telling you, I know it sounds ridiculous and I know it's expensive. I know, but they're getting into sort of a different corner of collectibles, first off. And second off, we're talking about it. Heather and I have been having a hard time finding something to talk about when it comes to Funko. And now, over the last couple weeks, it's bang, 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 all about Project Fred and why. So we talk about it.
They say that all publicity is good publicity, and people talking about it makes other people seek it out. However, Like, don't you think a Forbes article would be more exciting if he doesn't have to justify the price point? Oh, well, I wish that Funko collectors could understand that it's really expensive.
That's coming down to the level of the collector. So you have a guy who founded this thing. They've been making Funko Pops for all these years that are very affordable. And now he's like, okay, fans, all the fans that, that have been behind us all this time, we want you guys to understand exactly what we're doing. We want you to understand why there's this price point. We want you to understand all this, which is exactly what they should be doing. We've been talking about transparency for a long time. Funmaker Mike shouldn't be saying this in the Forbes article.
No.
Funmaker Mike should be saying this via Funko, via
100%.
Funmaker Mike Instagram. That's where it should be said, because that is when you're becoming more transparent with your audience, is when you're talking directly to them, and not to them through an article.
Yeah, and that's where your audience gets most of their information. I can guarantee you this article has been passed around the Funko community.
Oh, 100%.
I would say probably less than half of the people actually clicked it and read it. That saw this, that saw like the link.
Becker always loved everything advertising mascots and being all in on everything from the cereal mascots like Count Chocula and the early Tony the Tiger to Bob and beyond. I'm more than your typical pop culture fan, which is why Funko is so popular. Because he is a huge fan of these things. He's no bullshit artist.
Yeah.
He isn't just some guy who is like, Mr. CEO, and he's like, oh, I like all these things. These things are cool. And then behind the scenes, he's playing golf and doesn't give a shit about any of it. This guy actually likes all this stuff, which is why Funko is what it is today. I just wanted to add that. Now, Funmaker Mike I like Funmaker Mike. When we started with the bobbleheads, I don't think I ever just sat there having a blast here playing with, for example, the Frankenberry one I have on my desk. It was about how it reminded me of Saturday mornings sitting there with my little brother eating cereal, watching Speed Racer, and eating my Frankenberry cereal. It means something specific to everybody, but I found that it always ties back to family somehow. A lot of people have had tough childhoods and faced challenges, but they tend to remember these things. He's 100%. I mean, he's saying all the things. He's saying all the right things. It was super emotional for me talking about Project Fred because even when they told me to come up and say a few words, I was trying. Did you just fart? Through this? Like, can I read this
That's
thing?
how I feel about it. It's farts.
I was trying not to get all choked up. Oh, that's sweet. Come on. Don't fart on that.
That is
What is wrong with you? You're an animal.
I know.
I'm going to cage you up.
Oh, that sounds hot.
I'm not that great of a public speaker. I'm a collector dork who got lucky. Funko's top exports are the culture and community. The product is secondary. What do we always say? We always say the people first and the collectibles or vinyl secondary, right? We've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah, but I don't know how much they feel that way anymore. I think that to me, like, I get...
You're saying Funko doesn't feel that way.
Funko in general.
Maybe Mike does. From our Funko Fun Days to Comic Cons, I'm out there saying, hey, I'm here for you guys and showing you that each of us, even with our 1.9 GPA and everything else, can create a little company and be sincere to what you love. Good stuff can happen. That's true. I mean, look at us. I mean, not to shoehorn Mischief Toys in here, but I'm a big old dummy. And Heather she's smart. Well, she's dumb for being with me and making videos with me and deciding we're doing all these crazy things together. But actually, you're pretty smart. You actually jumped on board to a really big, nice train that's paying off for you now. Look at it. We got a nice YouTube channel. Got a community built up. They all really love us. Well, most of them. We have a toy business. We have 2 characters already. We're slanging them dangs. You know what I mean? We're having a good time. What would you be doing if you didn't have Mischief Toys and me and Gastlecast? What would you be doing?
Eating a lot, reading a lot, watching a lot of Netflix, and of course, drinking a lot of boba.
Wow, wasting time. So thank God that you and I...
I prefer to do that, to be honest with you.
You prefer to do that?
I'd like to retire and play video games and drink boba.
See, I couldn't have got as far as I did in this without you, and you couldn't have gotten this far without me. See? We need each other. We're 2 little Lincoln Logs. We link up together real good.
That would be more like a Lego. Like, Lincoln Logs are cool, but they fall over.
Lincoln Logs are amazing. I used to build the greatest little Lincoln Log houses.
I'm not saying that they're not amazing, but I'm saying those are easier to destroy than Legos.
When I was younger, I used to refer to my poop as Lincoln Logs. I don't know if I ever told you that.
No, you didn't, but you're a Lincoln Log.
So Mike Becker's the real deal. I know this is the whole Forbes thing is like he's talking from a business perspective. You have to, because it is a business.
In my opinion, he should be going on Funko's Instagram and saying these things, because that's really where the audience that he's trying to reach will get their information. I mean, Forbes, yeah, the article is being passed around, but how many Funko collectors are actually clicking it?
Well, you're going to ask that question, but guess what? Our friend Dish Trackers posted it today, so people were reading this thing,
but this does not talk about the mold and the lesser quantities being more expensive. That just talks about, oh, there's 1,500 or 15,000 people.
First comment, calm down, Mike. It's really just 14,250 of us bots and flippers in said hopper, so we can sell it for 500 to 750 to the 750 fans you have left. And he could also say that 150,000 were in line for this. Who's going to check?
Yeah, I'm curious for real how many of the 15,000 people used 2 or more email addresses, because if every single person used 2 email addresses for 2 separate chances, then that's 7,500 people.
This person says the demise of Funko is so over-exaggerated. I don't know about that. I mean,
no.
Funko has been making a lot of really poor moves, and they had to do something like this in order to amp things up. And personally, I don't think that figure's that great. I think it's fun. I think it's cool, like, to some degree, but not cool enough for me to spend that kind of money on it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I saw it in person, my mind would change. I see this going like other new product drops. People hype for the first one, sells that fast. Then the more and more are released, each drop less successful. And then the previous, good luck to all that want this. It's not my taste, and that is okay. 100% agree with that. There's far more than 750 hardcore ride or die Funko fans out there that would want this. This new Freddy with chases are going to sell out from the get-go. Well, that's a nice comment. I love to see the proof. 15,000, but how many were burner emails?
That's what I'm saying.
That's Captain Pops saying that. So, yeah, so that's the comments. People seem to be a little bit, I mean, you got some positive comments in there, but I think overall they were sort of downer comments. People were sort of being haters, but that's just the way things go sometimes. Project Fred took off. 750 winners were selected. Well, I guess you can call them winners, purchasers, because your credit card automatically got hit. Like there was no yes or no or maybe. You either got charged or did not today.
Yeah.
And there was somebody in our group who actually got it. I only saw one today.
I saw a couple.
In our group? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Well, that's great. So a couple of people in the group actually got it. But I can't wait to see what people have to say about it. Get it in hand. I want to see what the chase, I want to see what it goes for.
Yeah, me too.
Like the value.
I'm
Will it double? Will it triple? And how about the next Project Freds? I don't know if you guys saw, but a couple of videos back, we actually talked about some upcoming project. Can you stop? That sounded like an X-Wing fighter shooting. That was disgusting. In a recent video, we actually talked about some Project Fred leaks from a reliable source on the inside. So there's a bunch of like interesting Project Freds coming up. Some that I want. I'll name one off right now. You want to know?
Twizzlers.
Oh, I'm totally in. I want that one for real. Like I will go.
You don't even know what it looks like.
I don't need to know what it looks like. I love Twizzlers and I love Project Fred Twizzlers.
Did you get the Twizzlers Funko Pop?
No, because I think it was stupid. Did you see it?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't
automatically jump on a Project Fred if it's Twizzlers, you dumbass.
No, I'm jumping right on it, and maybe even the Fruity Pebbles. You never know what's going to happen. I'm just not a fan of Bob's Big Boy personally. It's just not my thing. Twizzlers, on the other hand, my favorite. I'll eat them all day, every day. I also like to chew them up, make them a little mustache, and I like to hold them right here. Make it like a little Twizzler mustache. I also like to cut off both ends and drink out of it like a little straw. You ever done that?
No.
No? I also like to tie them in like a little bow, like I'm eating a pretzel. You ever do that?
You've never done that.
Oh, I've done. What do you mean? I would do it all the time.
I've never watched you do that.
What? I take my food.
You just grab a handful and you're like...
That's my super move.
No.
That I do.
That's the craziest thing ever.
Anyway, go buy a pack of Twizzlers. They're the best. I eat a whole family size all to myself.
I know you do.
I'm a disgusting monster.
Yeah, you are. Can we talk really quick right now about how Project Fred is a pre-order? Because we haven't even mentioned that.
Project Fred was a pre-order. No, I did. I said it was pre-ordered through the EQL system.
Yeah, but we didn't actually talk about it. I mean,
we talked about it in a previous video, but yeah, okay.
We didn't talk much about it, no.
Okay, Project Fred was a pre-order, and it was on the EQL system, so there was no bots. So we randomly selected winners.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with the pre-order. The pre-order has to do with it being a pre-order. I don't understand why they had to do a pre-order. Why couldn't they just say, hey, we have this thing, we have 750 pieces, we run it through EQL, and then they ship them that week?
Because what if they didn't succeed? Maybe they didn't want to make them all.
They
Maybe
did.
wanted
That
to
was
cancel
not even
the system down.
That wasn't a stipulation.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just giving them my best guess.
My
Take it
question
easy.
is, like, why though? Like, it's a very bizarre move. It wasn't like, oh, there's 750, but there could be less if there's no interest. It was just
Maybe
straight
it was
up
a last minute idea. Maybe it was a last minute idea and they couldn't get them done in time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Maybe they were trying to get some major hype. That's all I'm saying.
They announced it as a pre-order.
I understand, but maybe they wanted to get some hype up right now for the company, so they were thinking of things that they could do, and they came up with that.
They
so
couldn't get hype up in
Let's
June?
get some hype up. Let's unveil the thing. Let's do all this, that, and the other thing, and then they decided, well, no, because they want to release it in June and July.
I understand.
So
my point is, because by the time they're in hand,
hold on,
it's
let
like,
me explain something, because I think maybe I'm not being clear. Maybe it was supposed to come out in June or July, but they wanted to hype it up, so they started earlier on purpose. Maybe because the numbers are dwindling over at Funko, so they needed something to get people all hyped up again. Because Project Fred might have sparked some people to go out and buy Funko product. Maybe that could have been a catalyst to that. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's weird.
All I'm saying is everything they're doing is calculated.
I don't
this
think
isn't like this isn't
this
like
isn't calculated though.
It is calculated.
Get the product in hand and then sell to your customers. I mean, do they not understand how messed up the small businesses have been over Funko pre-orders? Why are Funko themselves now doing pre-orders? It's goofy. It's weird. It's a very bizarre move. If there's only 750 in the world, produce the 750. If it fails, it fails. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And it obviously didn't fail because they said that they had 15,000 people enter. But it's just a weird move.
And I pulled out too.
I know you did 5 times.
And I put in, I pulled out, I put in, I pulled out, I put in, I pulled out again.
Yeah,
and that was fun. But we want to know, did you put in and not pull out and win? We'd like to know, the Project Fred fans out there. That would be really great to hear. And did you get it and now you're excited? Or you got it and now you're regretting? We want to know that as well.
And did you not get it and you don't care?
That also. Let us know all of that and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Isaiah Gartman, Michelle Days, The World According to Jason, Zachary Stone, SJ, Shelby and Holden Collect, Eric Link, Dominique McAllister, Michael Price, and Nick Carpenter. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys are amazing. And look out for our April Patreon Google Meet call. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be all things Star Wars. And we have some very extra special items for this particular giveaway, to include a Rosario Dawson signed Ahsoka Funko Pop. So make sure if you're a patron to join up for that call. Levels 3 and 4 will have their chances at some really, really great items. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast if you haven't already. We have a lot of fun over there and the calls are amazing.
And if you haven't already, check out our toy company called MISCHIEF Toys at MISCHIEFtoys.com. Additionally, find us on Instagram at MISCHIEF Toys, and we have a Facebook group called MISCHIEF Toys.
Thank you so much for staying until the end of the video. We really appreciate your support. We will see you in the next one.
Bye.